Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Very excited to be here. My name is Mira Ajam, and I'm a product marketing lead on Microsoft Forms, and this is my colleague.
Hey everybody, I'm Zhong. I'm program manager for Microsoft Forms team.
So today we're going to be talking about Microsoft Forms, which is a web-based app for building quizzes, surveys, and polls in Office 365. So quick show of hands, how many of you have Office in your organizations? Most of you, right? Almost all of you? And how many of you are using Forms or have used Forms before? Okay, good amount of you, great. Well, if you have Office, but you didn't raise your hand the second time around, you have access to Forms. So today we're going to talk about how Forms can help you collect better data, gain better insights, and ultimately drive more meaningful action in your organizations. Before we get into how Forms works, I'd like to set the stage for why use Forms. What is the benefit of using such a tool? I like to say that Forms helps you unlock the power of asking questions. You want the folks in your organization to be engaged, you want your customers to be engaged, and you want to empower them to make data-driven decisions. One of the best ways to achieve this high level of engagement and empower these data-driven decisions is through asking for input early on in your process. Just ask. When you ask folks for input and for feedback, they feel that they had an active role in your process, their voices were heard, and it can help get everybody on the same page. So as the person creating a survey or a form, you can take your responses and go make data-driven decisions from that. And the folks who are responding to your survey feel engaged and feel like they were a part of your process. So you understand the importance of asking for input and asking for feedback, but what about the tool that you're going to use to go accomplish this? Well, as I said, we believe Forms helps you collect that better data, get the better insights, and drive better action. And the way that Forms does that is through these three pillars: best user experience, seamless integration, and AI. The best user experience for both end users and admins. At the end of the day, if the experience of using the tool is not straightforward and simple and pleasant, you're not going to return to this tool, and your respondents are not going to complete your form. Seamless integration with your data and apps. This is all about meeting folks where they're at, in the channels where they're already engaging, and making it a convenient experience for them. And lastly, powered by AI to do the heavy lifting for you. Forms is not designed only for the data scientist experts of the world. AI is built in to help you create the form and do some of that heavy lifting for you. So let's dive into each one of these areas a little bit more. The first stage is you're building a survey or a form, and you want to collect the best data possible. This is all about asking great questions to the right people. The way that Forms helps you do this is the simple UX design. So we'll show you in a moment the way that you use Forms. It's very simple and straightforward. It follows the logical flow as you're thinking about writing a question. And smart recommendations. So this is that AI built in will actually automatically recommend questions for you based on your title of your survey. So this is saving you time and doing some of that legwork for you. And then collaborating across your teams. We've all heard the expression, 2 minds are better than 1. You can co-author and co-create your form with your colleagues so that you can have the most impactful form or survey. So now you've built an awesome form, you have great questions, and it's time to send this out to your audience. But you won't get these rich insights unless people actually submit your form and complete your form. So this is all about broadening the survey reach and improving the response rate. The way that Forms helps you do this is allowing respondents to get started from a familiar place. This is deep integration with Teams, with SharePoint, with PowerPoint, all of the channels where your people are already engaging and communicating. It's a convenient place to integrate Forms. Forms also works on any web browser and across devices, so desktop, mobile, tablet. And then, of course, multilingual support, because nothing will block completion of your form more than the respondent not understanding the language that it's written in. So you've sent out your form, you've gotten all this data back, but how do you transform this data into value, into action? This is all about powerful analysis and data visualization. So the AI really comes into play here, and I like to think of it in three sort of levels. The first level, real-time responses. So there's no lag time. You can see your data coming in. You can get notifications as your data is coming in real time. And the quick data analysis. So we'll show you in a moment. The AI actually starts to break down the data for you before you've done anything. It's showing you charts. It's showing you the top level view of how your data is breaking out. Sort of the next level, if you want to dive deeper, you can export to Excel. And there's, as you all know, like very powerful tools in Excel if you want to play around in there. And then the third component is data insight through a feature called Forms Ideas. So this is a higher level of analysis. It can give you analysis such as sentiment monitoring and correlation analysis as well. So now I would like to transition into a demo. So everything that I just talked about, I want to show you how it works in action. So we're going to transition here into the Forms user face. We're going to create a form, and we're going to type in our title. So event feedback is the name of our form today. We're going to add a new question. You can see how the question looks. You can choose choice, text, freeform text, rating, and then you can drop down and you have additional choices, ranking, Likert scale. File upload is a new feature which should be rolling out completely but in about 2 weeks, and this allows respondents to actually upload files to you. We also have NPS and sections, so you can choose which section and which page your questions are on. And if we look here, we can see these are the smart recommendations. So based on the title that said event feedback, it is automatically recommending some questions related to that title. So you can choose the ones you like. We're going to choose add all, and our form has already populated the questions based off of those smart recommendations. So we also want to add a theme. We want to make that relevant. So again, the AI will recommend some themes related to our survey. If we don't want to use any of these, we have some other templates available. And of course, at the very bottom, you can always customize yourself. You can choose your own image as the theme for your survey. So now, to save a little bit of time, we're going to switch over to a form we've already created. We're going to show you, in these ellipses, we're going to show you the multilingual support option. So I've already translated this form into Chinese and French, and you can always add additional languages here. We're going to preview how this looks. So we're going to choose which language we want to preview. We're going to preview Chinese right now. So we can see all of the questions have been translated into Chinese. The submit button has been translated, and even the legal text at the bottom has been translated into Chinese. We're also going to see the mobile view. So this is a preview of how your form or your survey would look in a mobile format. So now we're ready to share this out. We're going to hit the share button, copy this URL, and let's share it on our SharePoint site. I know many of our customers use SharePoint. We're going to go to SharePoint. We're going to give it a minute. So we're going to look for the Forms app here. Scroll down. We're going to find Forms. Add existing form, because we've already created it. And we're going to paste the URL we just copied. We want to check collect responses, because we are collecting the responses. We're not sharing the responses. And that's the preview. We're going to publish it. And it's embedded into SharePoint. So all of your colleagues can access it there. Now let's try a team scenario. Many of our customers are on Teams. So at the very top, we have the plus sign to look for apps. We're going to select the Forms app. Again, an existing form. We've already created it. We're going to choose the form, collect responses once again, and we're going to save. So here, it actually creates an entire tab for your form. So all of your colleagues in your Teams channel can access it at the very top. It's very easy to find. So an additional way to share a form is actually through a QR code. You can generate a QR code through that. We've actually prepared a form for you today. If you don't mind taking out your phones, if you have an iPhone, it will automatically scan. Android has a scanning app, and then the Facebook app will also scan. But in order to demonstrate the analysis portion of forms, we'd like to use your data. So if you don't mind filling out this very short survey, we will analyze the data using your responses. So we'll give you a couple minutes. It's a very short survey. Oh, I give them a little bit more time. And the more of you who respond, the more richer the analysis we can get. So we want to get as many people and as many responses as possible. And you can type in the link at the top if the QR code is not scanning. Refresh it. Okay, we already have 24 responses, so we can see those coming in. So this is the quick view analysis. So we haven't done anything at all to this form. It's already giving us this view. So most of you are from North America. We have the smallest group of you. So we have next from Europe. We have one from Australia. Welcome from Australia. That's a long way to go. If we keep scrolling down, we can see more charts here. So is it your first time in Orlando? No, most of you have been to Orlando before, maybe for Ignite. Are you going to stay in Orlando for a few days? Most of you know it's really humid here. Some of you, yes, are going to stay longer. What do you plan to do? Theme parks, of course, very popular here in Orlando. So this is the quick view of the data. If we scroll up, we say view results. You can see how each respondent answered the questions if you want to see it at that level. If we go back, we can always export to Excel to do deeper analysis in Excel. So we're going to open that here. And we can see the data has exported to Excel. And then the forms ideas is a more powerful data analysis. So we can see here the chart that it's giving us. A large percentage of people answered North America in question 1. And most of them answered no in question 3, which is, are you going to stay in Orlando for another few days at Ignite? So if you're 62% of you who are from North America, 95% of those folks are not staying in Orlando longer. So that makes sense for those who may have visited Orlando before. So that is an example of that Forms Ideas feature. So now we're going to transition into one more intelligence demo that we have. We have a video, really exciting new intelligence feature that we have. So we're going to play that now. It's a short video. So really exciting there. What you saw there was not only will Forms recommend smart questions, but it can actually recommend, hey, why don't you send a survey? I can see that you're organizing an all-hands event. Might be a good opportunity to send a survey in advance and collect ideas about what people may want to talk about or learn about at this all-hands. So smart recommendations on sending a survey itself. So now I'd like to show you a quick view here. I'll just pause here. I won't read everything, but this is just high-level view of the product roadmap, what's already in product and what's coming soon. The Office mobile app was announced this week, and so Forms integration into that app is coming very soon. So go ahead and take a photo if you want. I won't go through every single line, but these are high-level view of product investments. Oop, I will go back one more. So there's also Forms Pro. Now, Forms Pro is an add-on to Forms, and it has deeper integration with Dynamics 365 and Power BI. It's a more end-to-end solution if you're looking to have deep integration and a full loop between your customer data that may live in another CRM database and the flow of like a customer survey, for example. So Forms Pro is an add-on. Actually, their sessions have already completed by this point in the week, but all the sessions are recorded. So if you're interested in Forms Pro, I encourage you to search Forms Pro in the Ignite portal. You'll find those sessions recorded there. And please follow up with any questions. We're going to hang back for a little bit, and thank you all for coming today.